Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pay and Theta. And boy, has it been a crazy week. So I have gone through with what I said with AMD. Marvel was way too high in the beginning, so I didn't sell that. Bank of America, I didn't get the premium I wanted, but I got the price I wanted. And what I did, I'll go over AMD. What I did there, it kind of evens out. So AMD, I got a little higher. I still got $171, a really good price. It jumped up, as you can tell by just the price difference, and the selling of what I did. It jumped up. So really, I had about $40 left in 4 days. So $10 a day, not really good. I made a ton of money off the bat. And really, I knew the presidential election was coming up, and I, didn't feel too great about it. I know it's very hectic, stuff that goes on, and I don't really think it's good for the economy necessarily, especially with bantering going back and forth, and who knows who's going to win, and there's a lot of uncertainty what's going on. So I wouldn't take money off the table, because AMD was going up, so I took money off the table and I made a lot of money. Let's just take it off. Made 130 bucks in like a day or two. Took that off the table. Then, stocks were doing pretty well. So, I said AMD still really good. $81, not a bad price. Let me make $100 off this. And, I'd be in it for like 80. Still pretty good and make a ton of premium. So, obviously AMD has done very, very well. As you can see, AMD is now $84. Um, Blew it through the roof. I'm in it for 77. Actually, I sold a covered call, but I bought it back. So let's see. I bought this back yesterday. Let's definitely make sure and see what I did. But I knew, I mean, when this stock runs, it runs far and fast. So it was 82.70. So yeah, it was yep, yesterday. I knew AMD pushed up. I was like, wow, it has like 3 more days. And I just think, I mean, AMD just goes up. When it goes up, it goes up. And as you can see from here to here, it's gone up, 12%. So with 3 days left and it going up 12% in the past 3, 4 days, I was getting a little worried. And I actually took a loss on this position because I want to own AMD for $77. It's a great price. And I really don't even know if I want to get rid of it anymore. So I don't even know if I'm going to sell covered calls anymore on the stock just because I really, really want to own the stock. I've made a ton of money off of premium, and I've made a ton of money off of owning it outright because the difference between the 77 and the 84, that's what, 700 bucks right there at least. So, I made a $700 profit just owning the stock, and I've made a bunch of money going both ways. This little 50 bucks here and there, it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. So I don't know if I'm going to sell another covered call. Definitely not this week. Next week we'll have to reevaluate. But so that's pretty much that position. Bank of America, just it's a little bit of money. 23.50 is really really cheap for the stock in my opinion. Didn't make too much money off of it, but I had $4,000 or $5,000 sitting around, and I figured 22 bucks off of it. It's something. Kind of gets his portfolio moving. I have made this week 250 bucks. In fact, my average weekly income was a little bit below $200 right during this time period, about week 10. It's just because all my money was in covered calls and I wasn't making any money off of pretty much AMD and Chewy and Snapchat and Micron. So I wasn't doing that. I'm definitely glad I liquidated some of my calls, liquidated some of my positions for actually profit, and then went around and said cash secured puts because you can make a good bit of money selling cash secured puts. And I think another interesting thing to note, I have occurred 111.56 shares over these 20 weeks of just selling cash secured puts and covered calls and making money off of that and rebuying shares. And in fact, let's see, my Theta reinvestments is up 5.7%. Now, I mean, it changes every day. Who knows, but 5.7 is actually going to bring it up a little bit more. Not too much, but still overall made about, $5,000 with everything reinvested. The difference between these two is how much I've actually made off of reinvesting my premium collected. And I've actually lost $564 off of owning all these shares, all thanks to AMD. Bear in mind, AT&T and Bank of America are definitely down. So, I mean, I brought in between the three of those companies $1,500, lost 700, net profit of 800 bucks just on these companies, and all the other total, um, with everything reinvested, $5,000. So really, what, I'm down 500, made 5,000, net profit of 4,500. Some of that unrealized, meaning I have still positions like AMD and AT&T. Those are unrealized gains, and realized gains are everything else that, it was already bought and sold, and I already made money off of it. So definitely good. I think I've found my stride in terms of getting a feel for the stocks and getting a feel for the stocks and how the options work with it. I just had a gut feeling that this was going to bust, and I'm glad I did, because I would be losing a good bit of money off this AMD covered call just because it's busted so far, and I want to own it. That's really what I want to do. I want to own that company um, for a long time. I don't even know if I will ever want to get rid of it. Now my other account, I have not. I didn't even sell a cash good put. I thought the market was pricey, um, comparatively to last week, and I just couldn't find a good position. I only had $4,700 to work with. I just ended up selling covered calls. In fact, these are both, or AMD is getting pretty close. It's 85 right now, and it's got a week. Who knows? It could do it. I think this one is. I've actually lost about 50%. I think it's about $100 or $1 per share, and I sold it for 42. So, that's that. Still, who knows if it'll get to 89. If it does, that'd be great. I'd make $300 over maybe a month. Not bad. If it doesn't, I get to own it, which I would love, and then I would just continue selling covered calls a lot higher, probably even near the $100 mark, just because I really want to own this, and I just don't think it's going anywhere. Marvel, I've made really good premium off of that. Pretty much the same, but about half the price, because these two are a bit difference in price. But yeah, made a good bit of money off that. This portfolio's looking a lot better now, and owning shares of AMD, reinvesting. Oh, I haven't done a reinvesting on this one. I'll have to get to that as well. But yeah, it's good to get reinvested, because you make money, and what are you going to do with it? You have to put it back into the market, and that's really how you grow exponentially. And I think that this number will definitely grow exponentially. It's good to bring in premium, no doubt, but it's good to reinvest, because dividends and growth stocks, it grows. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I probably will be posting like a more of an educational post about stocks. Sorry, there was a fly going around. I'll be posting more of an educational thing about stocks and options, just to kind of go over what I'm talking about in some of these positions, because a lot of people that are maybe new to this channel don't know it. So I'm going to be doing that. There's a lot more technical stuff. Let's see if I can just give an example. Let's send that to one. This is just a stock, or an option, should I say. This is how options move. I mean, they move very drastically. You see a 78% difference in 10 days. This is a put. The person selling this put would have made a ton of money. So it just goes to show you, like, this is leverage, and I'll kind of get into more of the specific nitty-gritty details that I might be blowing past people that aren't familiar with it. So that's just kind of an example, and I will probably be posting a video this weekend about it. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much for seeing how this portfolio and how this wheel strategy has progressed, and I will see you guys next week.